with me. Anybody ever been there? Anybody stuck there? I sure was for a while. And the really scary part was, I wasn't a happy camper. And it started to affect everything around me. You wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm pretty much as chipper as you get me any other time. Most people think that it's drugs. It's actually authentic. And all of a sudden I found I was bitter, I was cynical, I was quiet. That sure told my family there was something wrong. And that's when I thought, I gotta do something different.
I went down and opened the door. And there, the first thing that caught my eye was the clump of mud from someone's boots that was on the mat beside the bed. And the bedspread that was a tilt across the bed. And I looked in the bathroom, and she had taken all of the dirty linen and put them in the tub, which is what you're supposed to do with the dirty linen when you want the maid to pick them up, right? And there I was, and I thought, okay. So I went upstairs to the smoking room, and I took all the linen out of the smoking room, and I brought my luggage and the linen back, and I made up the room myself. And I thought, okay, we're good. I've got a room.
It was an interesting time, and I just wanted to give people a sense that it is possible to get out there and get engaged in your community. I still participate in that. I've had a bit of a ideological, political stripe changes over time. But it is possible to get out there, and there are things that you can do to come to understand your community and how you can participate there, and figure out, again, who those key influencers are, learning the relationships of politics and journalism to advance the causes that you might have.
But this baby touched my heart more than anybody else did in my life. I always smile, no matter what happens in my life. And when nobody does not know whether I am sad or happy, because I always smile. But this baby, whenever I was sad, she felt and she always came and hugged me. And this baby blessed my heart more than anybody did in my life.
That first day was the most moving day of my life, probably. Because on that day, I went and did a tour of the slums. And it's then that you actually start to realize that money has nothing to do with life. Money is just something that in our part of the world, we put so much emphasis on. But in India, in the slums, people lived in a house that was truly not that much bigger than this platform right up here. And in this area, you'd have 8 people living. And it would be millions of people living side by side. But the one thing that you notice is that everybody had smiles on their face. The mothers, the fathers, the children, they were playing. They were enjoying life.
Your Uncle Chuck is out in the hallway. You have to go talk to him. He needs to talk to you now. That seemed weird to me. I hadn't seen my Uncle Chuck in like 6 months. I mean, he never came to any of my sports stuff. So I walk out in the hallway. And he's standing there. His eyes are all red. And he walks over to me and he takes me by the arm and he goes, "Mark, I'm sorry, but your big brother Bill died today. You see, my brother was born with a heart condition. And from a very young age, the doctors told him that any day could be his last day. I mean, he knew that when he was a very young kid. But he never let that get in his way. I mean, he took every day, and he lived every day like it might be his last. He charged ahead every day and set a great example for his little brother. And on that day, October 30th, 1985, I made a promise to my brother. A promise that I could never take back. A promise that the dream and the goal we had set together, I would never stop doing it, trying to do it until I did it, until there was nowhere left to keep trying.
You have a good time?
Yeah.
Yes, excellent. So thank you very much for coming.